I want to focus a little bit on like the importance of good news. Like one of the things I've been reading a lot about now is just what's this term called trauma porn. And
Yeah,
and it's just like people, I know so many people who are into just, negative news. They want to see it. And in fact, a lot of like news organizations are really like, push that because that's what gets the clicks.
especially online. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So what do you like? Where do you see good news fitting into a news story? And is that news? I mean, it goes back to the definition of like what is news? What
Sure.
should be considered
Yeah.
news? And how do I see about like these wildfires? That should be news, but then I hear like of a community story of like kids planting 500 trees in South LA, and I'm thinking, should that be news?
Sure.
Is that the antithesis of just the wildfires? And
Yeah.
but it goes back to, is that news? And is that going, I mean, news organizations, they have a job too. They're,
Hmm.
it's a profit. It's about, they
Yep.
want to get the views and the
Yep.
clicks. So where do you feel like good news that's maybe not as exciting, but it's also, I don't know, I just think that it's part of what makes, just it's the balance of just humanity. Humanity isn't all about all these like negative extreme car chases and
It's
shootings.
not all bad news. There's a lot
Yeah.
of good news out
Yeah.
there, and that balance, which is important. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, it's found more in local news than it
Mhm.
is in our national news diet because the national news is so politically driven and
Mhm.
so. I mean, there's a lot of tragedy that needs to be covered. So you don't
Mhm.
hear about as much good news on on a national stage as much as you do on the local news, where
Mhm.
it is much more common. And whether it's it's all it's all part of a balanced news diet.
Mhm.
You have to kind of take it all in.
What is a balanced news diet in
Well,
your
I think a
mind?
balanced news
Yeah.
diet includes not just the weather, not
Mhm.
just the traffic, not just the
Mhm.
bad news, but also the good news, the community stories that you're talking
Mhm.
about, the entertainment news. It's all news. I mean, it
Mhm.
is news. And that's, some people focus on just, ESPN if you want to, take in sports news, or just entertainment if you want to take in entertainment news. But it's important, I think, and especially in a world of podcasts,
Mhm.
to have a balanced diet of podcasts, or news viewing habits, or books,
Yeah.
or magazines.